Yo, welcome to another episode of Unpredictable Thoughts Podcast. Your boys Troubles
And your man Jones.
Hey, I'm gonna give a shout out to Crown Royal Black, drinking it once again for the 2018,
That's always.
and KFC doing it up. What we get, some tenders today?
That's what we got. That's what you got. You picked them up.
Yeah, the taco place is gonna take forever, so I was like, man, fuck all that.
Okay, well, I wanted the tacos, but I wasn't gonna put the pressure on you.
Yeah.
So Monday we having tacos.
Yeah, AC in Orlando right now. Him and his
Still.
goddamn football team full of kids.
And they got a reserve squad
Yeah,
of kids.
that nigga don't pull out worth nothing. So,
Football game weak as shit. But he's still my boy though.
but at least it's all by the same woman.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good.
You know, hey. Hey.
But second podcast of 2018, doing it up, trying to be more aggressive this year, and just making different moves or whatnot. How was your day, Jones?
Man, my day was some shit. Because I did basketball, girls JV basketball all day. From 9 o'clock this morning to like 4 o'clock. Basketball. And if you ever watch young girls play basketball, it is worse than watching paint dry. You can see the fouls before they happen. You know what they're going to do way before they do it. You know who's going to win the game by how they warming up. It's like, man, it's going to be horrible.
By the warm-up?
By the warm-up, you know who's going to win by the warm-up. You're like, yo, that team going to win. They're going to blow the shit out of this other team. They're going to beat the brakes off of them.
By the layups? The warm-up layups?
Layups and the occasional person that shoots a three. If
Yeah.
it goes in, you're like, yeah, they going to win. Because I'm telling you, if they shoot 9 threes, 9 of them going to miss 9 times out of 10. It's just that bad. Mm-hmm. And not saying nothing against, because they got to learn.
Yeah.
And I've watched the progression of some of these teams, and they're really, really have gotten good. But the ones that got a whole new squad this year,
Yeah.
it's like, boy, they got to go through that growing pains. Them 2 years of getting their ass whooped before they get it right.
It's
'Cause
been
they-
2 years.
This team from Terrell County today, they scored 7 points in the first game.
What?
7. In 2 22-minute halves of basketball, they scored 7 points. And I ain't knocking it because you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get off the subject. The players I can deal with. What I can't deal with is the disrespectful fans.
Okay. As far as from a referee's
Perspective,
point of view.
from a referee's perspective.
My bad.
I guess y'all think that we don't have ears. Like, we can't hear what the hell you saying in the stands because we focus on the basketball game.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're saying until you start directing it directly at me and I know you talking to me.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't looking at you, but I know you talking to me. If I turn around and then you pointing your finger at me, we're going to have an issue. So I try to look in the stands because I don't like disrespect. I don't care if it's coming from a kid. I don't care if it's coming from a coach. I don't care if it's coming from the stands. Don't disrespect me because you don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how I got where I'm at.
You don't know my struggle.
Exactly. You ain't walked a mile in my shoes. So don't disrespect me. I mean, just be real with it. Respect me, I'm going to respect you because I don't go to your job and tell you how to damn flip burgers or 3-hole punch some shit or whatever it is you do. I don't come to your job and be like, you doing that shit wrong. You need to make that call. I don't do that shit. So don't do it to me while I'm at my job working.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Now I'm out my feelings. I'm out my feelings now.
That's Jones' rant for the day.
Yeah, that's my. I know I might have another one when we start talking about social workers because I had a bad one when I was growing up. It wasn't worth shit.
Oh,
So-
this does tie in.
So what we
This
gonna talk
does
about
tie
tonight.
in.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so today we have 3 lovely ladies. They're all
Yo,
social workers.
Brighten the room up with their style and their essence and all of that.
They
We
are
appreciate it.
ambiance.
Don't ever say it again.
Wow.
Don't say
That's not the right word to
That's why I
use?
say it's style and essence. I'm trying to.
Energy.
Energy. She almost sleep. She in her phone. She don't know what she doing. She just like, I'm just here. I don't know.
Are
Really
you
know
sipping
what's
on that
going
Henny, huh? Not that.
No, that's that. That's
Okay.
that Jack. That honey Jack. Yeah, that honey will get you right.
Yeah, it does. Let's shout them out. Jack Daniel's honey with a little Sprite. Now I have tasted Jack Daniel's honey with rum chata. That shit is good.
If I knew what rum chata was, I would give a shit.
It's like some cream Mexican liquor. I don't know.
Okay.
Hispanic. We'll just say Hispanic because I don't know what.
What region of
Yeah,
Mexico
what
it come
region.
from? Okay, yeah. What part of South America it came from?
Yeah.
So we don't go with the whole all of South America.
Rum chata. But
Okay.
ladies,
Ladies, what we're gonna do? We're gonna go from right to left. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll get into what it is y'all do and how y'all help people in y'all chosen profession.
and I want to hear this Jones story. This
Now,
shit
we're
is
gonna
crazy.
get to that later. We're gonna let these ladies go from
Yeah.
right to left, introduce themselves. Just only your first name or your last name if you prefer. You don't want nobody to know who you are.
Okay. I'm Jones. I am a medical social worker.
That's another Jones in the house. Yeah.
All right.
And I'm Jessica. I'm a mental health social worker.
I'm Jasmine, and I am a social worker for the Department of Veteran Affairs.
You gotta re-say that. You gotta
You
turn that
scoot over.
mic.
You're gonna have to scoot over a
Yeah.
little bit. Scoot to the middle. And you got to scoot over a little bit. There you go. And then we got to turn the mic a little bit so that we can get that all in there. There you go.
All right, I'm Jasmine, and I am a social worker for the Department of Veteran Affairs.
Okay. All social workers. That's dope. So all y'all friends, how long y'all been friends for?
Oh, wow.
10 years.
2008? 2007?
Ooh, something like that. I think I gave birth in 2011, so around that.
It was 2008. We all met. We went to undergrad at UAB in Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham?
Go Blazers. So that's where we met undergrad.
The Alabama energy in here is strong.
Roll
It's real strong.
Yes.
Hey, that's the last one that's the last time for Roll Tide up in here. I done already warned y'all. Okay, ladies, let me ask y'all. And again, I'm horrible with names, and y'all just said them, and I'm still just.
I really forgot. I had a
am
question.
horrible
I had a
with
fire
names.
question.
I just know Jasmine, and I know Jasmine because I've seen her before. So we're gonna start again. We're gonna start over here.
We share the same last name.
Jones.
You
Jones.
should
We're going with
remember
Jones.
Roger that.
Look here,
Kelly.
little bit, Kelly.
No, that's her. No.
Yeah, Jones.
That's her.
Jones.
Jones.
That's you.
We're gonna start with you, Jones.
Yeah.
You work for the.
I am actually not gonna put the name.
Don't put the name out there, but
Yeah.
what you do.
Turn the mic.
I work for prison healthcare system.
Okay.
Okay.
And let me ask you this, because I know how the social work system works. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of bureaucracy. It's a lot of checks and balances to slow the process down. I'll fill in the blanks. Y'all don't got to fill in the blanks. I know how the system works.
Yes.
I was in it for 18 years. So how does that affect your ability to do your job?
It actually doesn't. The checks and balances, I mean, it's just about staying on top of paperwork and, communicating with people and understanding that sometimes you may communicate with dumb people, stupid people as I like to call it, because not everybody understands your role in their assistance.
Okay, explain
that's
that.
a hard part. Like say for instance, the company I work for is they're a contracted company with the federal system, and I'm trying to find a great way to put this. Coming into that company as a social worker, no one quite understood what my role was because their perspective of social workers, like the three of us, neither one of us work with children, but their perspective of social worker is baby snatcher.
Goddamn. What? Precious. Yeah.
So,
Precious.
they don't see us as problem solvers, liaisons. I mean, social work is a huge umbrella of
Between the family and the government.
No,
No.
it's not
The
even
umbrella
where
that social
role
worker,
is.
the umbrella that they cover is a
It's
lot
like-
larger than just family social work.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh.
Correct.
It's much larger than just children by themselves. So, when I came into this company, people were like, "Oh, so what you supposed to be doing?" And I'm like, "Taking care of my business."
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Like, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do,
Yeah.
and you stick to your
What
role.
you right? Stay in your lane.
Right now, my part is I do a little bit of education, I do a little bit of operations, I do a little bit of case management because I actually talk to some of the inmates that are living in halfway houses. And I assist them with things that their people don't assist them with on their end. But people in my
Examples like what?
company, someone who is getting ready, their EAOS, their release is in 2 weeks.
They're getting out. They're getting set free.
Getting out. They get
First
set
day out.
free. No longer under
In the system.
In the system, and their case managers didn't even bother set them up with insurance help them through the process or say, hey, have you got this covered? There's no checklist. There's no checks and balances. So they're basically going out into the world, into society. What the fuck? You know, they didn't serve 25 years in prison and blind to the system. They don't know what the internet freaking looks like.
Right.
They don't know that they could go online to shop around for medication assistance, and they have hepatitis, and they're diabetics who have neuropathy. Their damn feet are about to fall off. So I'm just basically working with certain people who call me for assistance to say, hey, log on to this website, or hey, I called this drug company to see what kind of medication assistance programs you can get on to help you with your hepatitis.
Okay.
Yeah.
To get your medication so that you can get treatment so you're not turning into a glowworm in a couple of weeks because you're going untreated and you're eventually going to develop cirrhosis and eventually fall off the face of the earth.
Okay. Okay.
So
Oh, God.
there's a whole lot to what I do. The expectation is high, and it can be draining because of the demand, but it's not as bad as you think.
Well, let me say this, and I can't say from your perspective, but I understand what you say when people put you out into the world unprepared for the world. Because in the family social work bubble, that little bubble that is a part of that big umbrella, I aged out at 18.
Okay.
So when I aged out, they was like, all right, then have a nice life.
Exactly.
Oh, for
Wait.
real? It's like that?
Yeah.
It's
It
exactly
is.
like that.
Still?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We
It might be
20
a little
years
bit better.
apart.
I mean,
It might
it's
be a little bit
couple
better now because
programs
it's
that
programs
they
that can help
have
you kind of slide.
now, but
Right.
it's still like
But the
that.
But when I got out, when I came out,
20 years. Well,
More than 20 years,
Yeah, I
because
was gonna say
I've been
more
out
than
for a
20.
minute,
We 20
but-
apart, but yeah.
what I'm saying is, back then they was like, well, we got you to this point.
Yeah.
Figure the rest out.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine for somebody coming out of the system, how hard it would be if you've been in the system
Yeah.
since 1990. Let's say you've been in the system since 1990, and I got
27 years.
The
And
world
you-
has changed.
Like somebody
So
got to
much.
introduce you to a cell phone.
Right.
I bet you have
Yeah.
a smartphone.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
So, do you basically bridge the gap between the prison system and that culture shock they get when they go out into the world?
I could. Like I said, it's touch and go, hit and miss. If there's an inmate that wants to reach out to me, I'm easily accessible. But if no one has that contact to me, then they.
But it's
don't.
it's them knowing if they can. It's having that knowledge like
Having the knowledge that they can, and the thing is I normally end up referencing back to their case managers and praying that their case managers work with them, because their resources. You may be able to Google a lot of things, but there are some things in cities, states, counties, and you can't find all of them online.
that's
I agree.
specific to that city, state, and or county.
Yeah, it's specific to it. So, it's bridging the gap. It's just like, hey, you need to get encouraging them.
Yeah.
Highly encouraging them to get with their case manager to say, hey, you need to work with me on this. I'm asking you for assistance, so please work with me.
How did y'all get into social work? What was like that thing that was like,
When you was an undergrad, what made you say, yo, yo,
I'm about to be.
I want one of the worst jobs in America.
It is. It's one of.
I would
It's
say
not-
I'm making a joke right
Oh.
now, but I'm saying, what
very
made y'all?
undervalued and underpaid. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
So like teaching.
Right behind school teachers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Maybe even worse in some situations.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let me explain something when you're talking about a social worker, because people have a preconceived notion of what a social worker is.
Yeah.
They're coming to ruin
I
my
thought
family.
precious. That's the first thing I thought.
Right,
That's
but
what your
that's
single
what
person
and that's what
does.
everybody thinks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The problem is social workers do so much, because I had a social worker after my social worker that
Yeah.
was like, there's a social worker for kids, then there's a social worker for adults, because
Okay.
you gotta have two different mindsets, because kids don't have the same mentality as an adult does. When I turned 18, I was still literally a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't know what the hell I was
Yeah,
doing in the world. I
yeah.
was just like, yo, I'm out in these streets, I'm just gonna live. It didn't work out well. It didn't work out well at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
So I had to go switch over to an adult social worker, and the state kind of like, I ain't gonna say they babysat me, but they kind of did babysit me for like another 2 years, and it's like, yo, stand up,
Yeah.
straighten your back out. walk like you got some
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
You know, act like you got some sense. Because when you're in a system from the time you an infant to you 18, you don't trust nobody. Because people always screwing you.
Jasmine, you work with kids, right? Before
I
pass.
have, yes.
Explain that kind of experience. Yeah, put the mic to
Well, I guess what kind of got me into social work was just my mom. We've been a foster family for, many years. So we've had many kids in and out of our home over the years. So I think that ultimately is what led me to being a social worker.
Shout out to foster
And I
families.
think, absolutely. It's the good foster families.
The good-
Let's
oh,
say that.
We'll get on
make
that.
sure
That's
we
another
say
whole
that.
podcast.
That is a whole nother discussion.
Yes, it is.
For
Yeah.
another day. So I definitely think that's what ultimately led me into it. And I think that I have a new unique viewpoint because I've been on both sides. The professional side of it, being a social worker, and then the side being an actual foster family. Having the kid, you know what
Personal,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Personal as touch to the system. So that's what kind of got me into it. But yes, that was my first job out of college. 2012, I was going to say 17. 2012, newly graduated out of grad school. Yeah. Roll Tide. Shout out to the University of Alabama.
It's so disrespectful.
So, yes. And I work for a nonprofit organization called Youth Villages. And they are really big in the Southeast. They're a foster. In my position, there was a therapeutic foster care counselor. So I did in-home counseling with therapeutic foster care kids. So for those that do not know what therapeutic foster care kids are, they are troubled, to say the least.
So them like phone
They have
calls, 2 in the
emotional-
morning.
Yes. A lot of them have mental health diagnoses. These kids are traumatized. You know, they've been
Wow.
through things that you can't even
PTSD
begin to.
before 15, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, horrific situations. And I only lasted about 8 months.
It's mentally draining.
It is mentally, physically, emotionally draining.
Tell them what they told you in training about if a kid attacks you.
Or if you're in any type of dangerous situation, they told us to run gracefully.
What the fuck does that mean?
I have no
I
idea.
almost spit this damn drink out. Wait a minute.
So
Oh, he
you
wasting
run
crown.
gracefully And I run
gracefully.
behind my client.
Absolutely.
What the hell is run gracefully?
I do not know because if I feel the need to run, it
Ain't
will
gonna
not
be
be
no grace in that.
gracefully.
Exactly.
I'm out of here.
Preparing
minute.
for my life.
Run
And you know,
gracefully.
Maybe hastily, but not gracefully.
hindsight 2020, I will say, looking back now, being young, I really didn't realize some of the dangerous situations I was in. I worked in Birmingham, Alabama. We're on the first 48. You know, some of those areas are pretty rough. And the kids that I'm working with are in those rough areas, you know. So here's me, just a little young, naive, fresh out of college,
school, thinks she know every damn
bright
thing.
eyes, bushy tail, thinking I'm gonna go in and really
change the
make
world.
a difference, gonna change the world. But you know, that system, the child welfare system, is a broken system. It's been a broken system for many, many years, and I do not see it changing anytime soon, unfortunately.
Not in the state of Alabama.
Not in any state.
Absolutely.
I grew up in D.C., D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. I was in all three systems.
I heard the East Coast, and I was gonna ask.
All three. I was in all three systems: D.C., Maryland, and Virginia.
Wow.
And all three of them was fucked up. And I'm not gonna say the best of them was Virginia, because Virginia's got more
Commonwealth
money.
state. We make
got-
up laws as we go.
They got more money. Maryland, it was a shuffle. I could go to the judge. I used to have to go to in front of the judge every 6 months, and I'd say, "Hey, yo, I like the foster family, or I don't like the foster family," and I could leave.
And see, that's not even in place in Alabama. There's no such thing.
I had to go in front of the judge every 6 months, and he would ask me. When I was little, I ain't know, so I'd just be like, "Yeah, they cool."
Yeah.
But as I got older, I was like, "Yo, these some assholes.
Right.
I don't like being here no more."
Absolutely.
And like a week later, I'd be gone. But the problem with that is you never have any emotional ties to anything.
Anyone.
So I can cut a motherfucker off without no qualms and a heartbeat. Like,
Yeah.
so what?
It's, at some point, it becomes just going through the motions. Just going through the motions.
Yep.
Packing your stuff up, going to a new family. It's just a part.
All right,
of,
nigga, you gonna feed me? Okay, all right.
Nah, it gets to a point where that ain't even important no more.
Yeah.
That ain't even
Damn.
important.
And I mean, to to kind of piggyback off of what you're saying, now my mom is still a foster parent at this moment. She currently has 2 kids in her home. This brief side note. So the father was physically abusive.
Okay.
And emotionally and verbally. The mom left. There's 7 kids in the family. The mom left, went into shelter. The kids
Sound like AC family.
got placed with the grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
The mother left the shelter, which is not uncommon, in a domestic violence situation, went back to the father. The father convinced her to go take the kids from the grandmother. So basically, at this point, it's kidnapping. Because they're no longer in her custody. They're in the custody of the state.
Yep.
At that point. She was able to get 5 of the kids. The grandmother was able to get 2 of the kids in the home. So my mom has the 2 kids that she wasn't able to basically kidnap. Yeah, so these kids have probably been in the home, my mom, about 2.5 months now. They are pretty much mute. Like, they literally say nothing. I literally know I don't know what either of their voices sound like because they literally do not say a word.
Damn.
The little girl is about 8. Well, probably about maybe 8, 9, I think, and the little boy is maybe 6.
And
7.
what people don't understand about foster kids, and we're not gonna make this all about foster kids, but I'm gonna tell you this: when kids go through trauma like that when they little, it literally stunts their growth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It literally stunts
I've seen
mentally,
movies
not
about that.
just your capacity to learn,
Absolutely.
but your growth as a person. Like, I probably should be like 6'4", but I went through so much shit when I was growing up. It just literally I was smaller than her in the 9th grade. When I went to 9th grade, I was her size. Over the summer, I did whoop, but I probably should have been bigger than that because I should have been bigger than her going into the 9th grade.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to gain another 4 or 5 inches going into the rest of high school, and I'd have been the size I was supposed to be. It messes with you so much that your body just kind of shuts down, and you're just in survival mode all the time.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Yeah, trauma is
It's rough,
it affects
and it don't
you.
go nowhere. That's what the
It
other
does
part that people
not.
think. Like as you get older, it's gonna go away. This shit always there. It's on your back like a monkey.
Damn.
But
That's
just
how a lot of my clients end up where they are in our system because they had so much trauma.
as
Good.
in their childhood.
Good segue to talk to Kelly.
Exactly. The quiet
Segue to
one.
talk to Kelly.
Jessica,
Oh, Jessica.
Jessica.
What
I
if-
said
what
Kelly.
if
I don't know where the hell
Kelly
was
from?
Kelly from. She said you called her Kelly. That's why. That's why. That's her name.
Oh.
Kelly Jones. Now I said
Kelly
the whole name.
Jones.
government.
Now,
I'm like,
Jessica.
dang.
Jessica.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Miss Jones got us calling you the wrong thing.
She got us calling you her name, and
Now she over there laughing about it like it's funny.
she got you calling us her other name.
Like, oh, we don't have a Kelly who works here. We don't know her.
So Jessica.
Jessica.
But so what I do is I work in a facility. It's mainly for eating disorders. We're 80% eating disorders.
80?
Yes, and
What-
we also serve other mental illnesses, mostly like depression, generalized anxiety disorder, PTSD.
I got
It
all
comes
that
from
shit.
a lot of traumatic experiences.
I got all of that.
What are some eating disorders? I know. What
Bulimia.
what are they?
Anorexia, bulimia,
bulimia.
Yeah.
restrictive eating disorder.
What's restrictive? I never heard of that one.
Pretty much don't eat.
Yo,
Strict.
let me ask you a question. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to these people that have these disorders. What makes a person want to eat and then evacuate? What
Traumatic experiences.
when they
A
so
lot of them.
Okay,
them
we're gonna get into
already
into
have-
you next.
A lot of them already have mental illnesses that they're struggling from, like generalized anxiety disorder, PTSD, and that's their way of numbing their pain.
okay, so
So
just
I find something that I can control because I can't control what's going on inside of my head.
so I do
Controllables.
I do
Yeah.
the alcohol thing.
Yeah,
It makes the dreams and the visions go away.
yeah.
Alcohol is a easy way for me to fall asleep. Some days when I can't fall asleep.
And a lot of people
Yeah,
that
it is.
have problems dealing with alcohol, they also develop eating disorders too.
Okay, but I'm not. The funny thing is, you talk about these eating disorders, and I know it's a serious problem because
It is.
when they put TV commercials on TV about this shit, you be like, yo, who the fuck got an eating disorder? Then they be like,
Who
yo,
love food? Who
right.
love church
That-
chicken?
You know,
And most people
I
think
don't like church chicken. That shit
the solution
nasty.
to the problem, just eat.
and it's not that.
And it's
Because
not.
it's
'cause
here.
It's a mental
here.
illness.
It's up in your head. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not in your stomach.
Yeah.
You can eat the food. You can swallow it, but your brain gonna tell you because of whatever experience you've been through to go ahead and get rid of that some
Yeah.
kind of way.
Yeah.
And that sounds crazy to what we would consider normal people, but
Yeah.
it's normal to them to
Yeah.
do that. So we shouldn't judge them for the fact that they don't want to necessarily keep down what they eat.
Yeah.
So you deal with that, and I don't want to get into the specifics of it, but how does it make you? And I'm gonna ask all of y'all, how does it make y'all feel in y'all particular feels when you're dealing with these things? And you know, sometimes it pulls at your heartstrings. Like you can't be a person and you're not sitting there listening to somebody tell their story, and you're not be like, God.
Yeah, how do you separate? First, I want to know
how do you go home?
why did you get into it,
Right.
especially that field. As far as eating, like that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yo,
Kind of
ain't none of me eat no chicken
fell in
strips.
my lap.
It just fell in your lap.
Yeah. I never knew what an eating disorder was until I started working at that facility.
I mean, I've heard of it. You know,
Yeah.
people that eat then
Well,
like,
I didn't.
throw it up.
Let me say, I didn't understand. What
Okay,
it was.
yeah.
Like I heard of it before I started working there, but I didn't understand eating disorders or what they struggle with because I was one of those people that's just like, well, just eat.
Yeah,
You know, if you just eat, you'll be okay.
understandable.
But now I understand it better since I worked there.
Because y'all all work in different fields, it's hard to really focus on one of you at a time because I know that each field is uniquely different.
Yeah.
But let's touch on the VA because we talked a lot about foster care and other stuff. Let's focus on the VA for a second with what you do.
Military, and then we're gonna go to you, Miss Jones.
So I am a primary care social worker, what they refer to as a PAC social worker. So basically, I'm your medical social worker. So you're coming in, you're seeing your primary care physician. I am dealing with a lot of, families where the veterans have dementia and they're needing like long-term care placement.
Oh,
Yeah, different. And you would think that would be easy. But
That's-
it's so
that's
not.
crazy.
And the cost of long-term care is ridiculous. Nobody can afford that.
mm-hmm.
Seriously, it's like 25. This is on the low end, 25 grand a month.
Damn.
That's low end. Who
For
can
a
afford
single
that?
person?
For a single person.
For our veterans, for our people that served our country, been in Iraq, Afghanistan, or X amount of wars.
I mean, you think about what she's saying in terms of what she does, and then you think about we talked about how many veterans it is
How many
right now that's
veterans?
still living.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's still living. Not counting the ones that served. We talking about the ones that's still living, and it's a lot. And you
It's a
think
lot.
about how many of those people really need. It's some people that got some serious ass issues that
And
need
I
help.
mean,
It's because of the America. It's because of the government.
the VA is a huge system.
Yeah.
And I'm new to the system. I have only been within the VA system maybe about 6 months now, so I'm still learning myself.
Yeah.
But the typical thought is, or the average thought is, oh, I'm a veteran. I served.
Nah, bitch.
I'm entitled to these benefits.
We had a podcast about that, talking about buying a house. When I bought this house, I moved from my old house, moved into this house, and I tell people, if you serve, if you didn't get out with a certain honorable, other than honorable, whatever, you don't rate certain stuff. So they think that, oh, I did my time, I rate. No, you don't. You got to get out with an honorable discharge in order to get certain things.
Absolutely.
It doesn't. They're not going to reward you for getting a bad conduct. If you get a big chicken dinner, you don't get nothing.
Well, how about the fact that you have to serve 2 years of active duty time in order to get anything?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
You sign. That's because people sign a contract. And what I've been telling people when we do the podcast, flip that bitch over and read the fine print. The stuff on the back of that pink page. The front page, just say your name, sign your name. These are things you're required to do. The back of that page tell you all the things that you can do and all the things you won't get if you don't do what you're supposed to do. Yeah. So when you're talking to people, you're dealing with people in the VA and they're saying, well, I served and now my dad served and now he has A, B, C, and D, and we want you to do something about it. How does that affect you?
It does not make me feel good that I'm not able to help how I would like to help.
Yeah.
Like I said, the VA is a huge system, so it's very bureaucratic. It's a system, there's a process for everything. And like you said, there's a huge number of veterans that we serve, and with the system being so large, the process never goes quickly quickly as we would like for it to go. I'll say that. So it does make it difficult. It makes it very difficult, and it makes you, it forces you to look for other resources, community resources outside of the VA, which, everyone, the notion is that, I serve, so I'm able to go. Like, I've had families to call and say, I have my husband, he has dementia, he caught the house on fire, last week. I need you guys to come pick him up. He needs to be placed in the VA home. It's not that easy. It's definitely not that easy. It's a process. You have to be a certain % service connected rating to meet their certain qualifications. It is difficult.
That's crazy.
Because you don't even get dental till you're 100%.
Absolutely.
For real?
Yeah, I'm 90 and I don't get dental.
No dental benefits.
Why-
You have to be 100% service
To get dental.
connected.
Why don't they have, like, man, they say it's only, 1% of America that joins the military, right? We agree?
That's what we typically go. I would say now, throughout all of history, I would roughly say about 10%.
Okay.
But that's the number I would go with.
Yeah, let's say 10% of Americans serve or whatnot, right? So America, the government is willing to push out all this money for training, uniforms, no matter what. Why don't they have like towns or like little communities strictly for these veterans?
Do you really want 100,000 veterans
No.
in a town?
Well, not in like one town, but like
Yeah.
spread out through
with
America. Like,
PTSD or some shit, and all of them got guns or whatever. I mean, not saying that
so
people
you
that got
telling me
PTSD
you
can't own
could
guns. but
throw
I'm
me
just saying,
M16 in 30 rounds with no problem, but you can't make sure I'm good mentally after I get out? My damage out is worse than my damage in.
What did we just say about getting out with the right discharge? It don't have nothing to do with you getting out.
Okay, if you
Did
qualify,
get out
how about
with the
that? We'll
right
go with that.
discharge.
Yeah.
Because if you got out with a BCD or dishonorable, we can't do nothing for you, man. Sorry.
Okay. Cool. What about the right discharge then?
It's still hard. It takes time. And you got to be willing to fight. It literally is a fight.
I mean, it's the willing to know the knowledge, but I'm saying, like, if America's willing to, like, okay, as soon as 18 hit, you can join the military. First of all, I can only buy a shotgun, and I can't even drink yet. I can only buy a pistol when I'm 21. I could drink when I'm 21. You fuck me up from 18 till, what, 21, 22? That's a 4-year contract, right?
22.
Yeah, 22-ish. I get out, and it's like, all right, live your life.
Basically.
You fucked me up. Like, I was green to society. Like, I'll say, okay, I was living with my parents, so I'm green to society when I got out. And then as an adult, because that's like my true adulthood from 18 to 22, in a sense it is. That's your first experience.
When you so much of a puppy at between 18 and 22, it's not even funny. You don't even start figuring out how to be a real man, not an adult, a real man, till after you about 27-ish.
I give you that, but the way the military is set up is to where it's like you have a career like that at 18.
Yeah.
Compared to a college student, it's like I'm still making that. I can still rely on my parents. Like, for those that join the military, you really kind of don't need to rely on your parents as far as a financial standpoint.
Okay.
From that point, you're really on your own.
Like a pimp.
Yeah.
Like a pimp just set you out. You signed the contract, they put you out there, and you gotta live. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Better do what I tell you to do or else. Yeah.
Okay, Miss Jones, she was in the Navy for 4 years. She was a corpsman. You want to talk about that?
Motrin.
Motherfucking ibuprofen. Motherfucking sick call.
Hey, you know something? I miss that shit.
What made you join
I wanted to leave.
the Navy?
You want to leave your house?
I wanted to leave. Well, I always, for some strange reason, my godfather was.
What year, if you don't mind me
Oh
asking?
shit.
You coming?
I left 3 days before my 19th birthday in 2000.
Oh shit! So
Okay.
you did the
Okay.
whole 9/11 shindig.
Oh man, I was stuck in boot camp when Nicole got bombed. Stuck.
For real?
Yeah, boot camp.
Explain that experience.
It was supposed Navy boot camp is 12 weeks. I was there for 6 months.
Damn! Bum.
What you was doing? Just hanging out? Fuck, you was just
Okay, you see these broad ass shoulders? That's what I was doing.
in the gym like, this is some bullshit. Why am I still here? What the fuck is going on? These motherfuckers lied.
And I'm telling you, homegirl realized what kind of strength she had and that there was a God when I was in boot camp. They said,
Everybody find God in
they
boot
said
camp.
men find God
We
in-
find
in
at
the
Paris
foxhole,
Island.
in the
At
foxhole.
Paris Island, you find God every Sunday. Like I'm going to church.
Yeah.
Damn, all this yelling and screaming. I'm going to church.
I won't lie. That's a whole sidebar conversation.
Okay.
Why I was going to church.
Oh, you lick your lips a little bit too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, that shit was a little bit too sensitive.
Hey, what the
Hey,
fuck?
look here. Cut the mics off. We're gonna talk about this shit offline.
The whole sidebar
She
got-
licked
We're
her
gonna go to something
lips.
else. Wait a
Man,
minute.
look, he was chocolate and he was awesome.
Look here, come here. Look here. We staying focused. You joined the Navy. You were stuck there at Great Lakes for 6 months.
Yeah, I was in Great Lakes for 6 months.
Damn. That's Chicago.
I had a little bit of trouble with the run, PRT,
Okay.
PFT, whatever y'all
Yeah.
wanna call it. And so it took me a little bit of time to pass that. And when I finally passed it, I was running through the compartment to pack up my shit so I could do, oh Lord, what was that thing called? Battle stations, which is the
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
evolution of boot camp. And my rack mate clipped me, and I literally flew across 3 racks and busted up my ankle.
Oh, so you had to stay until you healed up.
So they kept me until I healed.
Have
up.
to.
Had to.
Have to.
And when I tell you, they put me, I was on crutches, and going from the in-processing station side of base to the galley was 3 miles on crutches. Going to the galley and back was 3 miles total. So I had my shoulders booked the way they do that, and the fact that I had to do something to get the stress out. So I was doing push-ups every day. Whenever I went down to the drill hall, I was doing pull-ups. Man, I was doing one-arm push-ups in the compartment, looking like freaking
G.I. Jane out this joint.
Oh man, it was crazy. But so yeah, went to core school, and it was the time of my life. I loved being a corpsman. But y'all had asked, why did we choose to go into social work? So this is actually where the story starts.
Why did you get out the Navy before you start that?
How did I get out of the Navy?
Yeah.
After serving, I was in the Pacific Northwest, in Washington State.
Ooh.
And
Garbage.
they pulled orders for me to PCS to transfer 2 times. So
Where
I ended
to?
up staying at my permanent duty station. It was literally my permanent duty station. My first and only. I couldn't re-enlist. And
That's a sidebar conversation.
that's another sidebar
Yeah.
conversation. Because I'm telling y'all, when I said I discovered God, look, the Lord was on my side. But got out of the Navy 2004 because I didn't have a choice to re-enlist.
Okay.
But it was when I was in the Navy that I had my first encounter with a social worker.
There we go.
That is how it happened because, well, your PTSD stories. Sidebar, but I had to start seeing a therapist, and she was a social worker. And that woman, when I'm telling y'all, just going to her sessions literally changed my life. It saved my life. Literally saved my life. So I saw her off and on for about 2.5, maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
Until I got out. Because I had no choice. That was the only way for me to function. I preferred not to take antidepressants, so I just drank myself.
Them shits work though.
Oh, but you know something? It didn't work if you were drinking.
It does not work if you
It
drink.
doesn't work if you were drinking, and I prefer to drink. Sidebar.
And I do both.
So-
So that's a sidebar too.
So that was my introduction to social work. And I thought when I got out of the Navy that after being a corpsman, I was gung-ho nursing school or a PA program.
Yeah.
Because I still wanted to cut on people. I still wanted to stitch people up.
Miss they veins and shit while you trying to draw blood.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I said that. I said it
swear,
out loud.
y'all,
Be fucking
now-
people arms up.
You know something? I'm not going to speak for any other corpsman, but I was that bitch that could start an IV in the dark.
Okay.
Okay,
You
you
was
was
one in a
nice.
million.
Yeah,
I could start an IV in the dark.
because
Listen,
I tell them every time I go to medical, I said, look, I'm like, you about to draw blood? Said, look, this was going to happen.
But you know something?
I say, I need a-
tough ass Marines too. I ain't never seen
A lot of
so many
butch ass
brothers
motherfuckers that don't like
out.
needles. Yeah, I ain't scared of needles. I don't give a fuck.
Never seen.
Yeah.
I showed this pilot. I didn't even intentionally show him the needle one day. I was prepping to get his blood, and I turned around and that motherfucker's head just went on the floor 2 times before he settled.
Bye-bye.
But anyway, so thought I was going to nursing school, finished all of my nursing prereqs, And, well, all of them except for microbiology. It was in microbiology when I completely had a breakdown and realized that nursing in the civilian sector wasn't
The
what I
same.
was cut out for. It's not the same. And in talking to my advisor at school, she was like, well, what else would you want to do? And I was like, fuck if I know. I'm a mom. I have a kid. I have to support a family. And she said, can you think of anything? She said, have you ever thought about social work? And I was like, no, I've only met a social worker. And I said, and she was my therapist. And she said, well, start taking some classes and, see what it's like. I didn't really understand, I thought social worker, MSW social worker, therapist. That was it. That's all I knew. And when I started my undergrad classes in social work, and I found out there was so much more to it. But then I found out the only way I could really work with veterans and military families was to get my master's. And the rest is kind of history. I would still love to work with veterans. It's just one of those things. It's a process.
Okay.
So as far as that master's situation, that's a lot of fucking schooling, right? That's a lot of schooling for all three.
Look at all three of you. See their faces? All of them like, shit, yeah, it's a lot of school,
So
nigga.
how many nights, how many goddamn crying nights did you have for you was like, man, fuck this, I'm not doing this? The only reason I ask that because if somebody right now that's going through that situation, like, man, should I even continue doing this? Like, what? Or like, yeah, so
Is
like,
it worth it after we said social work is some bullshit?
I would definitely say with the field of social work, if you're going into the field, you pretty much need to go on to get your master's.
Oh yeah, if you get a bachelor's, you wasting your damn time.
If you have a bachelor's,
It's like having a bachelor's in
very,
education.
Very, very limited in what you're able to do.
Baby snatcher.
Yeah, pretty much.
you at the
Child welfare.
Yeah.
It's welfare. And that's
Bottom of the
Precious.
barrel. Bottom of the barrel.
Precious. So bachelor's is the precious. That we're clear that up.
So like if you were wanting to get in on the medical side or whatever, you're pretty much having to have a master's. And so I was conflicted in getting my master's in counseling or master's in social work. And I ultimately decided with the master's in social work just because the degree is actually so versatile that people really don't realize how versatile it is. I felt at that time I did want to do therapy, which I ultimately probably will do. I would like to have my own practice, but
You need your doctors for that, huh?
No, you can be a social work counselor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can do the same as someone with a master's in counseling, with a master's in social work, plus more. So that's what kind of. But yeah, if you're gonna go into the social work field, absolutely you need a master's.
Hey, is there like any schools, like certain schools that it's like top of the line that you should go to as far as dealing in that field?
If you're going to go for your master's, you have to make sure it's accredited by the social work education board.
Okay, yeah.
Because
That's
if it's
number
not
one.
accredited, you're not getting licensed, and the only way to get paid is if you get licensed in some states. The only way to get recognized as a social worker, even if you have a bachelor's or master's degree, the only way to be recognized as a social worker is to get licensed, just depending on the state you work in.
What's like 3 top schools?
Oh, Washington University in Missouri. And
She said
really,
Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri.
Oh yeah, Jones was in Missouri for
Ain't nothing in Missouri. Nothing.
Hey, one of my favoriteest professors is in Missouri now. So
Yes.
I'm thinking I might be chasing her down somewhere.
Shout out
Chase
to
her.
her. She was the inspiration.
Okay, what
What's
does
her
she
name? Give her a
what does she
shout
do?
out.
Give her a shout out. Go ahead.
Shout out to Dr. McEldery. We call her Dr. Mac. We love you, Dr. Mac. She was a true inspiration.
Dr.
I think
Mac.
to all of us.
Yes.
And you,
Hey, what?
you find that, and that's what helps you get through.
Absolutely. She
she
to go
was-
on to grad school, like
Yeah.
she told us from
Black Girl Magic.
Black Girl Magic. She's
Yes.
like, you know, you
And as
these
a
ladies need to
sister-
go on to like she really pushed for us to go on to get our master's.
And she also told me we, as in sisters, Black women, we do not settle for mediocrity. She told me that back in 2010, and I swear to you, sometimes I wake up from it in my sleep. Yes, Dr. Mac. We in 2018, and I still hear we don't settle for mediocrity. Shit, woman, get out my head.
Now, as far as your field is, as far as race, is it a lot of black people, white people? Like, how does that?
It's a diverse.
Is it diversity or what?
Mixture.
Mixture.
Is it regional?
I think maybe regional. It may have a lot to do with it.
It's
Okay.
definitely regional.
Better.
And it's also cultural.
Jessica, in your particular social work field.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say
With
because,
eating disorders?
yeah.
Pretty much Caucasians. It is.
She sounds like somebody uncle on the south drinking a fifth of Hennessy on the porch.
On a Friday night, like, yeah. So yeah, what do you do? I work with a whole bunch of white people. That's basically what she said.
It's pretty much Caucasians in the eating disorder area, and I think the reason why, because a lot of people in our race probably don't even recognize that they might have an eating disorder or something like that, and so typically a lot of the therapists in our area of work struggle with eating disorders themselves before.
Oh, okay.
And so they're able to help them like on a personal level.
Is it more males and females or?
We have one male therapist.
So.
No, but we're
I'm talking about the people that you see.
Our thing is pretty much female.
For all females.
It's women.
It's, and I can't say for sure because I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, I don't know, but I know a lot of it has to do with, like you said, the trauma. But some of it has to do, some females had this thing with vanity. Like, they could be this big and think that they fat. And it plays with their mind.
But society also
makes you think
the way that they put stuff on TV, like what's sexy.
Especially in this social media age, I gotta look like this person. When
no, you don't.
A lot of people don't realize that what you see on social media, that's not really that person's life.
Exactly.
You know,
and they garbage.
Yeah, that's all I'm taking the word garbage.
Yeah.
A lot of models, magazines,
Yeah.
they want to be that image.
Yeah.
The problem with that is nobody, and we talk about this all the time, nobody is on 24/7. Nobody's on 24/7.
Yeah, I tried to do it in Vegas. I couldn't do it.
I can't even be on for 3 hours out of the day, to be honest with you.
Yo, I got like blocks. Like from about 4:30 till about 9, I'm good. About 9:30, I start fading. Then about 11, I pick back up. From 11 to about 1:30, I'm good. About 2 o'clock, I'm like, yo, I'm tired as hell. Then about 3:30, I pick back up because I'm about to come home and start doing homework or whatever. So everybody got pretty much that same kind of, it might that's not the same time frame, but that same kind of day. Nobody's on from the time they get out of the bed to the time they hit the pillow. That's unrealistic to think that somebody could be on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, all the time. It's unrealistic for somebody that looks at a picture of somebody to say that I gotta look just like that. Like that Ken dude, the dude that made himself look like a Ken doll.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, wait. Have y'all seen the white woman that made herself black?
Yes.
And now she wears thick weaves?
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta
She went on Maury, and Maury.
I don't give a damn what she went on. She's stupid.
I thought more only do.
You know how bad black folks get treated?
She got big.
Like the
Big
titties
booty.
are like goddamn.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she's from overseas, right?
She's from Norway or something.
Yeah, Maury told her, he's like, yo, being black
In America, not
what you
good.
think it's
It ain't what you think it is.
yeah.
Being black in America is not a cool thing.
It's
Shit, it's rough. Especially if
are
you're a black
most-
male between the ages of 2 and 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 80. 2 to 80.
Man, being black is the most hated but most imitated race it is.
Yep.
Like, this shit is crazy. I'm trying to bring her out.
No, she
Oh,
got
you
her over
found
there
her?
already. She already got her.
Baby,
And
trust
look
me.
at her face is she's so shocked right now. She don't know what to do.
Look at this.
Yeah, I think she went on Maury. Maury end her ass up. That's
And
crazy.
her husband entertained that foolishness, and he's doing it with her.
Wow.
Yes.
So
girl.
black. It's so black
that's what
place
happens when you got white
2018
people
or
like-
2017.
Yeah, I saw them. Those breasts are ridiculous.
What you doing with all that? Like that shit nasty. like for real. Like
It's not even hand size. It's not.
it's not like. Then there's a
It's-
woman,
it's-
y'all
it's-
back hurting and all that.
Let's just get this out of the way. As far as breasts go, if you can't palm them or put your mouth on them, what the fuck is the point? I mean, it's like why they
have to be
there?
Fun size. You gotta be able
If you
to-
can't do those two things with her, it's like what is the point? Like If I got to be like, it serves no point. But let's go back to what we were talking about, the social work thing. First of all, I want to commend y'all as black women because
Black girl magic.
there's plenty. I was gonna say there's not a lot of examples of black girl magic, but there's plenty of examples of black girl magic. I just saw a story on my Facebook feed about another black girl that got into the Olympics on speed skating on long track. One did it on short track. Her name was By Me something. I can't remember her name, but I can't remember this other young lady's name. But I was thinking on the way home from basketball that if they just gave us a level playing field, how much further we would be right now than if they didn't hold us back for them 400 years.
Man, we take over everything. Like, for real, like, we take over everything.
That they have.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't know the opportunities.
But
that they have.
the opportunity is one thing. But think about this. Certain things just we ain't ever been introduced to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like speed skating. Get the fuck out of here, speed skating.
Well, it's like we told my son, we're like, you want to go to, well, he doesn't like school.
You're like, yo, I ain't even with this shit.
I have an asshole for a 12-year-old.
She called her son an asshole. It's great.
He is. He's a jerk. But we tell him, baby, you know, you can play lacrosse if you want to get a scholarship. You know how many other black guys out there trying to get football and basketball
and track scholarships.
And track scholarships. Get your ass out there and play lacrosse.
Right.
Is he intimidated or like?
He's a jerk.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what his thing is, but he's like, right now his passion is football. Everything is football. Like,
Yeah.
Well, so like I was saying about commending you wonderful, beautiful black ladies for what you do, because everybody can't do this. Everybody don't have a heart for it. And I don't care what range of social work it is. I don't care if you're dealing with the most minor shit, like, I got too many moles on my body. What should I do? All the way up to the dude that's about to jump off a damn bridge. Yeah. Everybody can't do it.
You know the best thing that has ever been told to me about social work? I was working in geriatric psychiatry in an inpatient unit. And this guy walked up to me and he was like, Miss, can you help me? And I said, what's going on? He said, first of all, what are you? I said, I'm a social worker. I said, you know, if there's something you need, let me know. And he said, oh, you one of them people that makes people feel good about their fucked up situations. I said, I'm getting that put on a plaque. I was like, he put it into perspective.
Yeah. I think what I like to tell people is no one comes to see a social worker when everything is going well, when everything is perfect and times are good. You know, usually when someone comes to see a social worker, they're in crisis. You know,
just like the post office
and it is
or the police.
And so it's difficult, you know, to hear these stories, to witness some things. It's vicarious trauma, you know, the trauma of other people.
Repeat that word.
Vicarious trauma.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, taking on others' trauma.
Yeah. Okay.
You deal with it when you at work, but when you driving home, you still think about that shit that you heard while you was at work.
Absolutely.
So how do y'all deal with that?
You have to find a way to self-care.
Self-care.
Okay, whoa. What's self-care? Self-care.
I mean, that it was beat in our heads in school. Self-care, because the field of social work is high turnover rate, high burnout rate. You know, it's a very high rate. So we were it was beat in our heads. Self-care, you have to find something. Whatever that is for you. It looks different for everyone.
Yeah.
You have to find that and ensure that you take care of yourself.
Take care of me.
You gotta find time to take off your social work hat and just be you for a minute.
Okay, but let me ask this question. When the worlds start melting together, like they often do, they start doing this. How do you know when it's time to draw back?
It's self-evaluation.
Yeah.
And 3 social workers sitting here. How often do you do it?
Yeah.
Not often enough for myself.
I would agree.
Well, see, for me, since I started in therapy many moons ago.
And you got a family, so it's different. Y'all, before I cut you off, I'm sorry. Do y'all two have families?
No.
You don't have families, okay?
We don't.
You got a family, so you got a different perspective on how to self-care, because you could be like, yo, I'm about to go in the room. I need you to watch Junior, And I'm
Fuck
about to,
these
like,
kids. I'm
yo,
going to the
I'm
room.
about to-
Leave me
I'm-
alone.
Actually, it's not as easy as that because my husband's still in my husband's y'all gotta forgive me. I think he's still in the National Guard.
Okay.
Or I think,
Or he just be leaving the house every other weekend just because. I mean, or he got another family somewhere else that I don't know shit about. I don't know.
Man, the way I've been watching Cheaters, I'm like, yo, son.
So, you know, but the way his work schedule, like when I finished grad school, I got to kind of backstory this.
Okay, go ahead.
When I finished undergrad, my oldest was 5, and I had just given birth to my youngest.
Mm-hmm.
And like literally over spring break, 2 months before graduation, I gave birth to my youngest child. And then I went straight into grad school. My husband got laid off at that point.
Damn.
And his only source of income was the Guard or the Reserves, whatever he was in at that time. He was still in the Army. And that was the only source of income. So I'm in grad school. And he's at home with the kids and, you know, basically playing Mr. Mom. And when I got a full-time job, 3 weeks later, he got a full-time job in corrections where he was working 12 to 16-hour shifts at night for 4 years. And that is when it took its toll on me. Because, so understanding self-care and having to deal with a toddler and a young child, another young child, and not having my spouse there at night with me when they're getting sick, when we're having to go to the ER, and I've got people blowing up my damn phone because they don't know how not to relapse. Like, for some strange reason, some of our consumers at my first job out of grad school, I worked in a population with individuals that had HIV, AIDS. They were substance abuse also with underlying mental health disorders or mental health concerns, and homeless. And I was on call a lot. And I kid you not, that was like the worst thing in the world because my phone would be blowing up. They thought I was their freaking sponsor. I had to change my cell phone number. And I even have to have my name different on my social media accounts because they will find you and say, hey, you know, I'm having trouble. What can you help me with? And that was hard. So finding a way to do self-care at that point, it really just started happening when my husband changed his job early last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because because like I said, honestly, openly, everybody that knows me knows I still see a therapist.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Let me take that.
All social workers need.
Let me take that
And
stigma away from it. Let me take that stigma away because people think that if you go to see a therapist or a counselor or whatever, that there's something wrong with you. No. Sometimes you need somebody to talk to that's going to listen.
Straight off
And
with
not,
no bias.
and not be like, yo, I don't even know what the fuck you talking to me about this shit for because I really don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
hey, let's go have a beer. That ain't helping me at all. I'm trying to tell you that, yo, I'm feeling some kind of way right now and I need you to listen. And people aren't good at that.
Yeah. You need somebody with no bias at the end of the day.
So
And
she says how she does it, or semi kind of does it, with a therapist.
But that's with a family. That's
Right.
with a family.
How do you do it, Jessica?
I just take out time for myself. Go get my hair done.
Get
take
it
myself
did.
to the movies on
Fuck
dates.
it
Go
up.
out to eat by myself.
Okay.
Yo, you like
Things
me.
like
Yo,
that.
when I first came back from Iraq, yo, I did everything by myself.
Yeah.
'Cause I ain't trust nobody.
I just take some time to spend some time with me.
Me time.
I look at so many people throughout the day.
Right, right.
that I just want to be with me and
Okay.
my thoughts.
Jesus, yes, girl.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even turn my TV on when I come home from work. Like, I'm literally mentally exhausted at the end of the day sometimes.
Because when you have clients that's going
Problem
through so much
solving,
trauma,
yes,
and you're
stress.
trying to help them with their trauma, you internalize that stuff. So you have to take out some time.
yeah, my hat is off to you. I mean, I do. I mean, even working where I work now, even though I don't work directly with people, it's over the phone. When I get in my car, it's like a debrief. You know, it's a de-stress situation. I don't start my car for 10 minutes sometimes. I just sit in there.
I think about when I was on recruiting duty back in 2001. Right? It's right after 9/11. I went on recruiting duty. And I used to do the same thing that you talked about. I used to sit in my car for like 45. I would pull up in my driveway and sit in my car for like 45 minutes like this. Because you talk to so many people in a day.
Absolutely.
You can't go in a house and deal with a wife and kids. This is when I was married at the time before. You can't go in a house. What my face look like?
That just looked like you had to think about it.
No,
It's
when I
like-
was married before.
Oh, I was married.
No, because I just got recently. I just got married. Well, like a month ago, like 2 months ago,
Yeah.
almost 2 months ago. I just got married. So,
Congratulations.
when I think about that time when I used to sit in my car and just decompress, because you have to, if you talk to people all day trying to recruit them to come in the Marine Corps, yo, you want to come in the Marine Corps? You want to come in the Marine Corps? We got this, we got that, we got this, we got that. You do that for 10 or 12 hours a day. Then you go home and the first thing you do when you walk in the house, your wife want to ask you how your day was. You're like, yo, I don't feel like talking this shit. I just want to look at the TV and not even look at it. I just want to be on and have it talking to me. You know,
Sometimes I sit in the dark.
Yeah.
I don't even gotta look at the TV. I don't want to hear no music.
I don't want
nothing.
to.
I'm just
Yep.
me and myself.
Quiet. Just quiet. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I find the most peace even now because of my issues in the shower.
Yeah.
In the shower.
If I'm not trying to take a Ricky shower, I will just.
If I ain't trying to take a PT shower after
A
PT.
Ricky shower. What the fuck is that?
That's what they call them in Navy boot camp, recruit showers.
No,
Oh.
we call them
Minutes
the
in.
PT. We call them PT showers. You walk in one side, walk out the other side, and
Yeah.
dry off.
You basically.
By that third shower head, your nuts better be washed. Like straight
You better
off.
be able to do this on the first one. You better be able to do like, I'm gonna bite my ass.
You got them doing the Macarena while you showering.
Yeah, even they doing the Harlem Shake.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got to figure out a way to get that stress off of you, or it will literally bury you.
Yeah.
You will feel yourself mentally shrinking. You will be in a sunken place, without even knowing it. And if you got good friends, they'll recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you don't have no good friends, like I said, I grew up in the system, so I have a lot of good friends. People won't recognize it. They won't be like, yo, something wrong with that
They
dude.
would just think that's your demeanor.
Yeah.
Right. So when I went through junior high school, a little bit of adult life, everybody used to call me mean. That's the mean dude. He mean as shit. I wasn't mean. I was just me. I'm still the same way right now. So, take some with a grain of salt. You gotta kind of sprinkle some salt
Salt
on
Bay.
it. Salt Bay on that shit.
We're here.
Yeah.
I mean,
10 years strong, right? We agreed 10 years.
I mean, we are.
In 10 years from now, y'all still gonna be together. Maybe not the same people, maybe not the same circumstances, but because y'all went through what y'all went through, y'all understand the struggle.
We know what each other goes
Yeah.
through every day
Right.
in our everyday work.
She's
Right.
had to call me and say, "I'm coming to your house. I'm gonna take the kids." Literally, there's been days if Jasmine called me or texted me, especially after my youngest was born, she would be like, "I'm coming over to pick up the kids," and I'm like, "You don't have to," and she'd be like, "I'm coming over. You need a break."
Yeah, and that's dope.
I mean, it's
I'm like, Kelly, we're going out tonight. We're gonna go listen to
We're
some live
going out.
music. So you just find
It's
your
buddy
babysitter.
aid.
It's important to have somebody that understands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
What-
I think that's
and-
what has united.
You're from
us.
Alabama?
Mm-hmm.
She just said it's important to have somebody to understand. All that Alabama came out. All of it
We
came
ain't
out.
gonna let
Like,
that
God,
be.
It
really?
is important to have
Woo.
somebody that understands.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean,
And I think just a brief side note. When I was in therapeutic foster care, hindsight 2020, I had became a wino. That was my first job. No, seriously.
That was your.
I don't mean to laugh.
No,
It's really-
so serious. And this is hindsight 2020. At the time, I didn't realize it. This was my first job out of college, out of grad
So
school.
about 21, 22.
Yeah, I'm like 22, 23.
Yeah.
Therapeutic foster care. You thrown it. That was one of the stressful. Like I say, I was only there 8 months. I know I saw at least 7 people leave in that time span.
because they throw
Long
so much at you.
hours, Long hours. I was making less than $30,000.
Damn!
Listen, less than
Yeah.
$30,000 with a master's degree.
That's the disrespect.
you
Listen.
start off
Oh,
real
yeah.
shitty
We're
after
not
grad
even
school.
Yeah.
talking about hours, okay? So I would, with me being a therapeutic foster
It's like
care,
being a recruiter as an
these
ET.
kids,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
on call. Listen, I was on call for Monday through Friday, 24/7. Weekends it rotated. So if I got a call at 2:00 in the morning, the foster parent is saying,
Yo, come get this
this
motherfucker.
child, I
Right.
had one, he's acting a fool. He's jumping on my ceiling fan, trying to pull it down. I got to respond at 2 a.m. I got to get up, put my clothes on. Luckily, I'm single. I don't have a family. I don't have kids. Imagine having a family, a husband with kids, and you're having a response at 2:00 in the morning.
Nigga be like, where you going? 2 in the morning?
You know, you're talking about.
These new niggas that go with you. Like, if you going, I'm going.
Absolutely.
Cat.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
You can't though.
As
I
a
know you
social
can't. I know you can't. I know you
can't
can't.
carry.
You
You're
can't.
not
I know you
supposed
can't.
to carry.
Ain't-
Look, you're not.
No, she said you're not supposed to carry.
To carry.
But at that time, I didn't carry.
Yeah, because you was a goody two. She was goody two shoes.
You didn't know.
Naive.
She
I'm
was
on the
naive.
north side of Birmingham, you know, in the projects.
In my projects,
You
in
know,
my projects.
I've always
Anybody?
so they're thinking I'm a little 19-year-old girl, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so I difficult. So I would come home. I would maybe make it home. I would have to meet my foster parents sometimes when they got off work. That's after hours, 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. So maybe I get home 9:30 at night. I'm still having to type my session notes just so I will not fall behind, just to keep my head above the water.
Because they give you so much fucking
documentation,
work that you got to document.
so much paperwork. Like we had.
Let me put it in
BLS,
perspective for everybody listening.
ridiculous.
So much extra bullshit.
Absolutely.
But it's to cover your ass at the end of the day, though.
You know,
Yeah.
but I mean, it was a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm up until 12, 1, 2 o'clock typing session notes because they need to be detailed. I'm holding groups and individual sessions with the foster parents. As load of notes. I had to meet each child, each foster parent.
You
at
gotta go to the
least
house.
once a week, at least once a week. With therapeutic foster care, I was typically seeing them 2 to 3 times. They're acting up at school. Foster parent, I'm not going to get them. I'm not leaving my job. So guess who has to respond?
You do.
You.
I have to respond. If I'm on this side of town with another child, I gotta drop what I'm doing. Drive like my mileage checks would be like $800-900 a month. Mileage alone.
Damn, but it's not even that. The worth of it's not even
It's
there.
not the wear and tear on my body.
Yeah.
On your
mentally.
mind, spirit.
I'll
Yeah.
fuck
Like,
around,
I would
sleep in
come
my
home,
car.
The guy at the gas station knew me by name. Every day, literally after work, I would go get a bottle of wine. I'm typing my notes. I'm drinking the wine, making myself sick as hell.
And it'll make you
okay?
go there.
All right, Olivia Pope.
Exactly. But now that, I've had some experience in the field, I found better ways of self-care.
Yeah.
Not that route. Because, you absolutely
Yeah.
have to. It's a very high stress.
Because it's like, who can take care of them if you can't even take care of yourself?
Absolutely.
The problem is with social work, with many of the mental health care fields altogether, they ask too much of the person that's providing the care
absolutely.
or the assistance without, and I ain't talking about just the compensation, but you shouldn't have to work a 5-day week. I'm sorry. If you work a 4-day week, 3 days you should be off because it takes you about that long to recompress to get ready for the next week. And I don't care what you're dealing with. I don't care if you're dealing with somebody that's, I love my dog so much I don't ever want to let him go. I'm going to stuff him and put him in the living room. You still need time to decompress because it could, to the average person, that's crazy. Your dog died, bury it and get on. But some people love their pets so much they want to do some crazy shit like that, what we think was crazy. So you look at them like, yeah, whatever. But you don't ever get to decompress because it's always something.
Every day.
On recruit duty, and I can relate. I would start thinking about what I had to do on Monday, on Sunday at like 5 o'clock. I would be so stressed out. I'd be like, yo, what I got to do tomorrow morning? I got to do this, and this. And this is
Then
Sunday
being
at
a
5.
Virgo on top of that.
Yeah, being a Virgo on top of that didn't make it no better. Because we both Virgos. So,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
We fly like that. We fly like that. My wife loved me. Anyway, I understand and I appreciate the fact that there are people that are in your fields that are doing what you're doing because without you, there would be a lot more people roaming. And there's a lot of people already roaming the streets that need help.
Yeah.
And they need way more help than the system is willing to give them.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say thank you. Because I had a social worker when I was in high school that was, first of all, she was fine as shit. She was fine.
Hey, you trying to hit?
Did I?
Hey, this is before you was married, so like.
Did I? It's back in the day. We talking 20, 25 years ago. She whooped fine as, she whooped fine as hell. Woo! Anyway.
Hey, how many of them be trying to hit on y'all?
Man.
And I work work with women, so.
Okay.
Hey, you gonna find?
Hey,
one.
just
gonna
because you
find-
work with women
you gonna
don't
find-
mean
I said
nothing.
so hopefully.
This is a side note. I worked at an HIV
Ooh.
medical clinic.
Got the
This is
whole
my
bug.
Undergrad internship.
That's the.
When I tell you that these guys would come in and like literally legit try to hit on me, and it's like, okay, sir.
I know you got HIV and AIDS.
Yeah.
Now
Like-
that I'm aware of your
I'm your
medical
social worker
situation
for
right now.
your HIV.
Hey, you good? Don't spread.
No care is given.
But like I was saying about my social worker from when I was back, I used to live in a boys' home. My last 3 years of high school, I lived in a boys' home. Not because I didn't want to do the foster care thing. I didn't want to do the foster home thing anymore. I was sick. I was done with it. But anyway, I got a new social worker my senior year. My old social worker retired. I was like, all right, then, deuces, whatever. My new social worker showed up, and I was like, whoa. Woo.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, like, damn. Like, young, like,
you a week.
like younger than you, like younger than y'all, like right now. She was young, like 22, 23 years old. Right, fresh out. But anyway, she pushed me through my senior year because I was about to be like, fuck school. Like, yo, I'm done with school. I'm done with this bullshit. I'm ready to just live my life the way I want to live it, and I'm good. She was like, look, do me a favor.
Live my life like it's golden. Live my life like it's golden.
Stupid motherfucker. She said, do me a favor. Go to school tomorrow. She said, I'm going to call you tomorrow night. I want you to go to school the next day. And she did that for like 3 weeks. Take 21 days to form a habit. 21 days later, I was like, yo, I'm just going to get them to go to school. Fuck it. What's the bad part about it?
You
It ain't
thought
that
you
bad.
could hit if you go to school.
Oh, she let me hit. I would never. If she let me hit, I would have never went to school again.
Oh gosh, that's a great thing.
So she got me out of school, which in turn, I didn't go in the Marine Corps when I got out of high school initially because I was like, yo, I'm grown. I'm out of the system. Ain't nobody watching me. I did my own thing. I ain't joined the Marine Corps till I was 24. But when I joined, I already had a lot of the tools that a lot of them recruits was like getting yelled at. That shit was normal to me.
Yeah.
All that shit you go through at boot camp, you like, this ain't nothing. Just do what they tell you to do and shut your mouth. I was good with it. So life experience had already prepared me for the Marine Corps. It didn't prepare me for the 20 years beyond that in the Marine Corps because there's a lot of bullshit. But that's another story for another day. I want to thank y'all. No matter what you do, you deal with the VA. You deal with people that have eating disorders and stuff that I couldn't even imagine. Because I couldn't even imagine somebody like, yo, I ate a whole like $50 dinner. Then I went in the bathroom and was like, yo, I got rid of it. I'd be pissed, first of all, because I ain't got $50 to waste. So why the fuck you wasting $50? So
That's not even including tip. Like,
I couldn't do your job. I'd be like, yo,
tip and drinks. Like,
what the fuck is your problem? Yeah, especially if I drink some drinks. I give me a couple of Long Island iced teas or some shit, top shelf. $8 or $9, $10 a piece.
You goddamn sober at that point. Like,
Right, like, yo, I'm good.
Yeah.
All of y'all do stuff that a lot of people would not do, and I want to say I appreciate you for that because you don't hear it probably at all. And not from your colleagues. They always judging you, telling you could do something better, or you could do it this way next time instead of doing it that way. Thank you.
yeah.
I wish you nothing but success in what you're doing because it's a very hard career field that you've chosen. I also task you to do one thing. Drag somebody up from the depths that's thinking about doing it.
Exactly.
Bring them with you.
Yeah.
Bring them with you. Bring somebody up from the depths that's thinking about, yo, I don't want to do I want to be a social worker. Look, if you go this field or this field or this field, you can still succeed. Get your master's and come on up.
Put them on game.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Now, we'll say, because I felt as though we kind of touch on, like, the bad parts of it, the whole social work. What are the good parts? What is rewarding to you of, like, why you keep on doing
What's
it?
the success stories you
Yeah,
see?
what are your motivation? What is the success stories behind them?
I would say just definitely the gratitude, the genuine gratitude that someone comes to you. Like, for instance, an elderly lady, her husband has advanced dementia. It's very difficult caring for someone with advanced stages of dementia in the home, especially if you're elderly yourself. But just for her to, she came up to the clinic and, she just broke down. She was like, Miss Jasmine, I really want to sincerely thank you because if it had not been for you, I don't feel like my husband would still be at home. We would have had to place him into a facility. And I don't feel like he would still be here. I don't think he would have lasted long in the facility outside of our home. So just a sincere gratitude to know that you really helped these people are in desperate need. You know what I'm saying? So to see the fruits of your labor,
There we go.
sometimes, in other atmospheres where, you've been working with someone, just to see their progress, I think is very rewarding to me.
Knowing
about
that you changed somebody's life. Like a lot of my clients have traumatic experiences, to know that I help them process and get through those hurdles, and for them to be able to live a free, traumatic free life. This was rewarding for me.
You drink E&J?
Do I drink anything?
Yeah.
No.
Why you asking
I don't
that?
know. Your vibe is like a little.
She's so laid back, it ain't even funny, dog.
That's
She laid back
just
as shit.
me.
Yo, she like, yo, just to know that somebody got over them
But that's
hurdles,
what-
yo, it's
that's-
like,
that's-
yo, hey.
That's what really helps my clients, because I'm so cool, calm, and collected.
And that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want no amped up ass-
10,000.
They're usually here.
You
You don't want no amped up ass
You gotta
social worker when
stay
you
right
already
here.
amped the fuck up. That ain't gonna work.
You gotta stay right here so you can bring them right here. So that's just my demeanor all the time.
And Miss Jones, what about you? What gives you gratification from your field?
Inspire these young people to continue or at least go into the field.
Actually, what gives me gratification from the field isn't working with isn't touching the lives. I mean, like what I've done so far. What gives me gratification is the students that I've had come in. I've had some interns that I've worked with.
Okay.
And what they have told me, how they've seen me work with the clients or the consumers, patients, whatever it may be, and what their instructors told them and what they learned while they were under, I guess, my instruction. That's been something that has been a motivator for me to keep going and just doing what I do.
So, how you do what you do versus what they're taught
Yeah,
has opened their eyes to the possibilities of being great in their field.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You look at
me. What you looking at me for? Look, I said what I had to say. I said thank you.
I mean,
I say thank you too. You know, I really commend y'all.
it's crazy because
I was thinking of Precious the whole time when you said social work. Like for real.
gratification
stuck on-
that comes from helping the people. I have a hard time when someone tells me thank you for doing something that I'm getting paid to do. I have a hard time with that because they're like, you helped us, you worked wonders, you did this, you did that, you stuck your neck out for me. Well, you came to me looking for assistance, and that's what I'm supposed to do. So that's why I said my gratification is a little different because if I'm doing something for you, you came to me for help. That's what I'm supposed to do.
It's almost
That's
like
a good social worker.
Yeah.
Because we all know there's bad.
they're bad. So,
Yeah.
but that we call it the 10% in the military. 10% of every field, and I don't care what it is garbage.
Yeah.
If you think about the U.S. government right now, 10%. I take that back. About 50% is garbage.
True.
With the top 10% being in a big house at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So garbage. But what I think about when people say thank you is when people say thank you for your service. Like I asked you, like I was gonna ask you permission to go to the military before I went, and then I need your thanks after I come back. What your damn thanks? I did what I wanted to do because I did it. It's already done. You can't thank me for some shit I already did without your permission to do it. So, and it sounds kind of cold, but it's not cold because if I would have died or people that have died, you ain't showing them no gratitude
Yeah.
or no thanks. So, when you say thank you for your service, it's almost like a slap in the face, like, hey, appreciate it.
I mean,
So, same thing they say to a social worker. Or if they say, well, thank you so much for doing your job. It's like, I got to do my job if I want to keep my job.
Yeah, it's about going above.
I was about to say,
It's that little bit of
above
extra
and
effort.
beyond.
That little bit of extra effort that
It's
is.
always, you can always do something, but it's the compassion that you put into something. You know what I'm saying? Especially the compassion when someone's going through something.
Oh, definitely. When you can see the hurt in their face and you can hear it in their voice, and let me tell you, when you get a man in front of you and a man break down and cry,
That's right.
boy.
I cried too.
Yeah.
So, what you got? Because you got
No, I ain't got no- I
you
was
got
just
your
like,
hat
come
on and your
on,
damn
man,
fresh
you
cut.
good.
You know.
I think that Henny is working.
Yeah, he had to drink some Henny and some Crown. He done mixed both of them. He don't know what the hell he
I'm
doing.
good. Y'all. I was just taking pictures. I'm like, no, we're doing the podcast.
So anyway, again, I'm gonna say thank you because, like I said, my social worker, even though she was fine, she got me through that last year of high school.
So we can hear that story about your bad social worker?
Yo, I had some garbage ass social workers.
But you had one specific one that you spoke of earlier.
No, we're gonna do that off the podcast because we ain't gonna.
Okay.
What we on time? What we got?
We got 120.
We gonna say thank you to the ladies for showing up first of all, because normally we invite people, they don't show. That's number one. That's frustrating as shit as a Virgo to talk to somebody and say, yo, you gonna be here at this time on this day, and they be like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, and they don't show up. Then we be sitting here like, what we gonna talk about? So thank you for showing up.
Thank you for the invite.
We get irritated 30 minutes prior.
Thank you for
Yeah,
the
we be-
invite. To actually come out and advocate for our field, because I think we're definitely underappreciated, undervalued in every arena that we're present in.
Yeah, so we gonna definitely put it out there. We're gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on my Facebook page. He gonna do it for me. He gonna put it on his Facebook page. AC gonna put it on his Facebook page. And then the people I invited to listen to the podcast, when it hits my page, it's gonna go to them. If they listen, they listen. If they don't,
And we're gonna hook you up with the I'll give you the link for the unpredictable thoughts.
yo, that's why I got on the shirt.
Unpredictable thoughts.
I represent
the
I'm from
Facebook
DMV.
page.
So you see the DMV. You see at DMV. I got all that going on. That's right, Jones. That's right.
Unpredictable.
All of that.
They did custom made, but I give y'all the link for the unpredictable thoughts page. You done?
Yeah, I'm done. So go ahead and close it out.
The closeout, baby. Yo, I'm going to say thank you to everybody that listened to the page. I mean, I said listen to the page. Listen to the podcast, Social Work, a.k.a. Black Girl Magic. I really appreciate it. It was, like I said, we was drinking Crown Royal Black. We got some Hennessy in the building. We had some Jack Daniels honey in the building.
Some Dasani water in the building.
Dasani water in the building. Let's get it. Hey, for people that do listen, because I do track the numbers for this. Hey, share it, subscribe, preach it. I know people listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. For those that do, send me a review. Tell me what I'm doing. Doing good. Doing not good. Something. I need something. But this is another episode of Unpredictable Thoughts Podcast. Peace.